And so now we are connected via Skype with Wahyu Kuncoro, the Disaster Risk Management Program Manager of Plan International Indonesia, who's currently in Pidie, Jaya. Hello, Wahyu.
Hello.
Hi. So before we get into details, can you give us a brief picture of the current situation in the area of which you are operating at the moment?
Yeah, now I'm in Pidie Jaya. I've been already here since 3 days ago. And we observed that the situation smoothly back to normal state because the Bupati or the head of district encourage all the interdisplaced people to return to their house rather than to stay at the shelter. That's why we at Health Focus Organization at now it support that decision head of district to bring the affected family back to their family by use the tarpaulin in order to they be able to make temporary shelter near the house with close to their house, but encouraged to build it in a safer place. Because what they observe is they still on process of cleaning the rubbish of the damaged house, and education start what you call recover, but for the internet connection still remain challenges here. And we also observe that the education office in Jaya district have regulation bring back to encourage children back by day, and they also already built temporary school with other organizations that still in the real program in the district. In the future, we plan to establish 6 child-friendly spaces in order for psychosocial to children, particularly girls who are still afraid living in their house, and we still see that most of the children at the night stay at the shelter and experience aftershock almost every night. Like last night, experience an aftershock at 1 p.m. morning. So we clearly observe that they still afraid to take their house without a proper shelter, and they still afraid, and they always want to hear their parents. That's what we observe.
All right. Now, BMKG has recorded over 112 aftershocks between 7th and 19th of December. Now, is aftershock the only concern of more than 80% of residents who are still remain in the tent and refuse to go back to their houses, or is that or is it more of a clean water issue, safety and security in their houses at the moment? Your observation on this?
Yeah, like I said before, that the head of district encourage community to bring to back to their house, but again, because the aftershock still happen, they prefer to stay in the community shelter because they don't have their own shelter. And regarding to other issues like wash or water cleaning, so far what we observe, government through the BNPB already distribute the community. And regarding the security in the community, what we observe is don't have any concern regarding to that safety and security.
All right. Now, we understand you're also giving psychosocial aid aside from physical assistance to the residents of this particular village, for instance, in Desa Lancang Pro. What is the current psychological condition, physical condition of the children in that area at the moment? Also, are school activities started at some point? Is there any effort in trying to restore not just houses but also schools and mosques, other public facility in the area?
Yeah, regarding to the psychosocial or psychological condition in the affected community, particularly children, it's really helped that the government of Jaya encourage the student to back to their school by today, because it can help the student to be recover quickly, because they have frequent activity that they what you call to bring children activity, and they can forget what they experience or that affected by the earthquake.
All right.
And the district government, they already cleaned at least 109 schools in every category, out of the kindergarten until the vocational school, helped by other organizations concerned on the education. And they built the temporary school and encourage and students to back to school by today. The starting activity is to play with the children, so they psychological can be recovered at the
All right. Now we understand that the government itself has been very swift and very quick in moving into disaster prone areas in Aceh, especially in Pidie Jaya. But what do you think have been the challenges for organizations such as yourself and other organizations trying to reach residents and handing out assistance at the moment?
Yeah, the challenge for what we have is the data collection. We understand that in the first 3 days it's really difficult to get the data on how many people that affected, particularly how many children that is affected, because we understand that the government at that time to uh, start to search and rescue for the community that affected by the earthquake. But the BNPB with the district government has done their part very effectively. They conduct a coordination meeting every night since the earthquake hit Jaya, and the coordination across sectors such as like education, and then psychosocial or health, for water, and for health as well.
All right. So how long does Plan International Indonesia is planning to continue its work in PD Jaya?
We plan to have a program in Pidie Jaya focused on psychosocial support for children, at least for the next 3 months. Because based on our second assessment or in-depth assessment, the children still experience a distress because of the earthquake. So our objective is reduce that distress by conduct an activity what we call child-friendly spaces.
All right, Wahyu, thank you so much for giving us a brief there. At least people from the other side of the town right now be able to learn more about the current situation, not just an immediate aftermath of earthquake in Pidie Jaya. We are sure we'll be talking to you again in the future.